Just okay.
I don't
So,
know.
hey, it's tea time.
Hi.
Hi, Nancy. And
Hello, Amy,
thank
Lady Amy.
yes, thank you for joining. While Trevor is currently on the plane to England, he said he
Lucky
would be,
Trevor.
yep, and he will be there for over a month.
Right.
Yep. So lucky him.
Lucky him.
Um, but I believe it's been a while since he's been there. Actually can't remember now how long, but I feel like he hasn't left Brazil since like before the pandemic. So
Right?
I
I know.
think he's been there the whole
A
time.
long time. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So I guess he gets a trip.
And you are on your yacht.
I am on my yacht. Yes, I might change where I am. I had this on for another call today just for fun. But because I'm having tea with you, I went ahead and got a teacup out. I got
Okay.
my clean
So
teacup.
this is
Oh,
mine
there we go.
from Kensington Palace from
Beautiful.
Tea at the Orangery.
And
Yes, and I'm pouring my tea as well. And let me just tell you, so mine is actually iced tea today. It's hot.
oh, nice.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, so I've got your pumpkin chai again.
Oh,
I was
excellent.
like, yeah, because again, I explained to Trevor, I was like, once school starts, the season of fall has started in my head. And I go, so this is now a
I
seasonal thing.
know.
He's
School
like,
keeps starting earlier and
I
earlier.
know, I know. And he's like, I was like, because it's called the fall semester. He's like, that doesn't. And then we talked about in England how like they always start in September. But he also said that they get out in June or something. Basically, they have like 2 months and we have closer to 3 months of summer vacation.
Okay.
And all in all, they do have more days of school in a year. It's not like their breaks are longer in the like in the year or whatever.
Right, right.
I forget he did the math of like basically by the end, like kindergarten through graduation, how many more essentially like years or whatever of school that they end up with than compared to Americans. So our brains.
I'm so not surprised, and it's why their
I know.
vocabulary
But
is so much
we
better
also
than
looked up
ours.
like every state is different too.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
I mean, I know there are places in Georgia that go back at the end of July. We very traditionally used to go back right after Labor Day. We would start,
Oh, right. Yeah.
Tuesday after Labor Day, and we've been starting in August as well. We get out early to mid-June ourselves. I know
Okay.
up in New York, they don't start until after Labor Day, and they don't get out until like really close to the end of June.
That's
Um,
crazy.
but yeah, yeah, I'm not surprised. And
Yeah. My mom was a teacher and like her birthday is this weekend actually. But so she would always get basically she said that as long as it didn't start before her birthday, like she was fine. And it never did while she was teaching. And then it was
hmm,
sort of like like, all right, well, I guess it's a good thing like I'm out of there.
yeah,
I'm
right.
moving it closer. But yeah, as long as I was in school and as far as I remember, we always started in August. So it might have been the last week of August, but we always started, yeah, in August.
Okay.
So we weren't a Labor Day thing.
Hmm,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
but
so yeah, it doesn't feel at all like fall. We don't have any signs of fall right now.
no. It,
It's still quite warm, which is why I'm drinking iced tea. And I meant to have the box here.
oh
This is
yeah.
not just any iced
Oh,
tea.
it's not. What is it?
Twinings iced
Twinings iced tea. Okay.
Twinings iced tea, and I have to tell you, it's really good. It's very
Yeah.
good. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could always
So
go over
what makes
it.
it, yeah. So what is their deal? What makes it iced tea? Like, do you still
It's
steep it and then put ice in it or what?
yes, it's basically four, four, and four. It's 4 cups of boiling hot water,
Yeah.
4 bags of tea,
Yeah.
and 4 cups of ice water.
Okay.
And it still needs to be refrigerated.
Gotcha.
And and I've known this for a while. And if we're gonna pull ties in from royal family
Sure.
members, I
Of
remember if
course.
you remember in one episode of As Ever, or whatever it is that Megan does,
Yeah.
where
I think with love,
everything
Megan.
with love, whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
oh,
Everything
never
with
crossed
love.
under the Megan umbrella. She was saying the ice cubes really make a difference, and it totally does. If they're
Yeah.
not filtered, if they're not, because otherwise
Oh, right.
my freezer is not so great. We just, came back from a lovely trip to Pennsylvania where I now want to move. Um,
I'm gonna move to my palace room since
oh,
you're
move
like
to
in
your
a palace
palace.
room.
Yes,
Okay,
very
here I'm
good.
in my palace study.
Um, it matches your yellow and your
I know
gold
that's why I was like, all
thing.
right, it'll look.
Very good, very good. I couldn't find a purple room.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, the ice cubes really do make a difference. Filtered water and everything else make a really good difference. But yeah,
yeah,
it's this box of Twinings. It's blue, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally into trying that. And I mean, I have to. On one hand, I'm like, good for you, Twinings, and the other's like, you betrayed yourself, Twinings. You've really.
that's
But
hilarious.
going for a more American market.
Right.
But as you and I both know, the market has expanded into all these herbals and
Yeah.
non-tea,
Yeah, yeah. Non-tea
those of us
teas.
who are purists.
Right.
And they have so many options now. And I think we talked about this a few months back too, where it used to be the Twinings label was straight across for England, but it was in an arch pattern
Yes.
for America. And now it is just straight
It's
across everywhere.
everybody. Okay.
Straight across the board.
They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're like enough with the separate packaging.
Yes, exactly,
Like
exactly.
the
It's
production
like,
of
God,
it.
gone, there goes the elitism. So,
Right.
I mean, if you can't be I mean, the best thing about being British is being elitist. I mean, if you can't find a reason to kick people out of the club, then there's just
Right.
no reason. Yeah.
Hilarious. Oh my gosh.
There was a book that Julian Fellows, creator of
Yeah.
Downton
Downton.
Abbey and many, many good shows, he wrote a book called Snobs, and I read it. I think it was just before I started Cup and Crown, and there was a line in there about how, they give each other these silly nicknames,
Oh yeah.
Bunny and
Oh,
just,
that's
nicknames.
funny. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
people are like, well, why do you have these nicknames? And he says, well, that way, we can talk to each other in ways that keep other people out, on the outside of what we're doing. And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
true. I mean, if you watch any British
Yeah, yeah,
crime
yeah.
drama, you've got everybody's got some sort of a nickname within the
Right, right.
family,
Oh, that's funny.
when you think also like, right up to the Queen, she was Lilibet, but only to the family.
Right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Bertie, her father
Oh,
was
right. Yeah,
Bertie
yeah.
in the family, but not to
Right, right.
anybody else. And
That's
yeah.
funny.
So anyway, yeah. So
That's cute. I
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
So you and I should give each other nicknames that nobody else can
I
call
know
us.
that's what I was saying. I was like, no, yeah. So you said one of them is Bunny, right?
Oh, I've seen that in a couple costume
That's
dramas, like Bunny
yeah, because
and I
that's
remember,
what
yeah.
Piper's stepmom calls Piper's Bunny,
Oh, okay.
which is very cute. And I always call her Peanut, and I always feel like mine's like a little hillbilly.
No, I don't think so. We all have nicknames here too.
But I also just call her Lady half the time.
That's true.
I'm like, hey, Lady.
Setting her up.
Yeah.
Setting her up to follow in my footsteps. Absolutely. Now, mine was, my dad gave all of us nicknames. Mine was Fancy because it rhymed with Nancy. So I
That's
am the
awesome.
original Fancy
You're the
Nancy.
fancy
I'm just
Nancy.
saying.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I am the original Fancy Nancy. Been it for 54 years. Going on
My,
55.
mine is, I guess, Amos. If they
Oh, is
spell
that
it right.
right?
Yeah.
And we have
Yeah.
nicknames for all our kids too. I mean,
Yeah,
has
I mean, I guess you're right. Yeah. I suppose
yeah.
it's just like a natural thing, but yeah.
It's an affectionate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But
So,
anyway.
that's funny. What was I gonna say? Oh, no, never mind. We're like reading a kid's book. It's that Junie B. Jones thing.
Yes.
She talks about whenever her parents say, "Hey, like watch it, Missy." She's like, "Missy's my name when I'm in trouble." Like,
Right. That or you get middle named, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
right, right.
get the
But I
whole
like
name
that she's
there.
just like, "That's the name when I'm in trouble." Like that's the only time she hears that.
That's funny.
Um,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
But so okay, so we have the royal news that I have. So you have royal news, I have royal news. The first is the complicated one that I'll say I stumbled over back in like March or whenever it first started, the Sentabale
Oh yes.
fiasco.
Harry
So
in hot water again.
yeah, the hostile takeover.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the Charity Commission's verdict. So for those of you catching up, and this isn't going to be good if you're catching up from me because I'm not going to explain it well. But so Google it. But back in like March, so first of all, so Sentabale is the what charity that he and Prince, I forget whoever, started in like honor of their mothers, and it is a charity like it's towards like HIV and AIDS and like in Africa. So um so it's been there for I don't know over 20 years or whatever, and or about 20 years, and the newest person who has like the head of it or whatever of the charity, basically they disagreed with her the way she was doing things. I we don't know what was said, but Harry and the prince, I'm gonna have to like Google it so I can at least get names. Harry and the prince left the board. So they are no longer on the board. So then they basically lost like any power they would have had on there. But it was out of like I think there were other board members that left and out of like principle. And then he stated like made it public that whatever he didn't like what she was doing, and then she got interviewed by like Sky News or something, and she accused not necessarily Prince Harry but accused the
Leadership or
organization,
organization, something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
of misogyny and misogynoir, which that was the new word for
Right.
us back in March. So misogynoir is specifically towards black women, so it's not just women. Yeah.
Right.
So that's a new word. But the Charity Commission, which I guess looks at charities like when there's problems, that it's only England and Wales, I believe, is what they said. Um, and they reviewed everything, probably interviewed everybody, whatever, checked records and whatnot. And basically, their verdict was that there was no proof, like, basically, there was no systemic, like, misogyny, misogynoir, like bullying or anything
Right.
like that. They said, like, it, but they did note that, like, there were several people who felt a certain way, like, that might still cause them emotional distress or whatever, like,
Mhm.
not trying to
Okay.
invalidate the people who felt wronged, but saying
Right.
that there wasn't an actual, like, they cited that, basically they cited that they felt like maybe certain, we'll say, manuals or procedures or whatever, just it wasn't clear cut or clear instructions, and so maybe things got willy-nilly, or like they weren't officially doing anything wrong, I don't know. As Jack Royston of Newsweek says of Royal Report, he's like there's something going on with this that like we don't know, like everything that we hear about it just sounds like we're dancing around it, and like I'm dancing around it because I don't even remember all the facts, but also
Right.
like there's not like the full story to tell.
Right.
um but so but it, so let's see, so Harry, let's see, so but I think now I gotta look and see Sentabale.
It was a ruling or something, or a
Yeah, it was
finding.
a ruling. Yeah, it was binding. So
Yes.
I'm like, what was, yeah, so now I'm like, what was it that they actually decided to do? I can't remember now if they decided to do anything or if it was just like you can't sue whatever or anybody over this. Um, let's see.
And I
I'm
thought
pulling it
Harry
up.
was cleared on any of the charges of bullying, something like that.
Yeah,
They didn't find
yeah,
any reason of anything reasonable. And
right. And
but he still stepped down from Sentabale, didn't he? That he was not going
yes,
to do that.
because of the lady who is in charge. So let's see. Okay, so Board of Trustees, leadership team. Let's take a peek at their website. Let's see if I recognize the name. Let's see. So the leadership team, it's not that. Let's look at the Board of Trustees, maybe. Uh, yeah, maybe that's it. So that sounds Sophie Chenduka.
Okay.
It sounds sort of familiar. Oh, that's funny. The pop-up that once you decide if the newsletter has Prince Harry, a picture of him with kids in it, wearing one of their shirts.
Oh, okay.
So they're still using
Still using
images.
his image and his name.
Yeah, yeah. And so now it says there's only, so according to, there's two people on the board other than the chair, uh, which sounds like a light board, right?
Right. Right.
A board of trustees. Um, and they've got a okay, so they do have a section for uh the co-founding patrons. Oh, Prince Prince Ciso of Lesotho. Lesotho.
Right.
Um, yeah, so they're the ones that he and Harry created it together. But yeah, so whatever. Basically, there is at least no official findings of anyone doing anything officially wrong or it being like a real organization, problem. It
Right.
might have been certain people, but I believe so. The lady in charge, what I understand from Jack Royston is that she had maybe like a year ago or something, she came on board and at the time, like Harry, like, took pictures with it, right? Like things are glowing reviews, whatever. And she was saying how she wanted to take the charity in a different direction.
Hmm.
Um, that because she felt like HIV and AIDS part of it was sort of outdated in a sense, like that there's newer things that are issues in
Okay.
their areas. So it's and I see it here. They change it. So it's to create sustainable solutions that address issues of health, wealth inequity, and climate resilience in Lesotho and Botswana.
Okay.
So and it seemed like he was on board with that when it happened. But so I don't know what else is changing or what's happening behind the scenes that they weren't pleased with. But
Right. It says
but Harry's acting like it was a hostile takeover. Like I believe he said those words at some point, like that it was like she took over the charity and they, yeah, felt like they had to
gotcha.
leave.
Yeah. Yeah. So he stepped down, and if I'm not mistaken, with Prince Say So, however
Yes, they
that's
both did.
pronounced. Yes. Um, in solidarity with some other trustees, is my understanding.
Right. Yeah, they weren't the
Um,
only ones.
no. But she refused to step down.
Yes.
Um, put the charity under financial pressure. She alleged her resignation request was the result of experiencing of bullying and harassment. So, yeah, that just doesn't
And
sound.
was it the Chanduka name?
Yes,
Okay. All right,
yes.
cool. Um, so yeah, so does it say how many other people stepped down with them?
I do not see that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just curious since the trustee board looked pretty light.
yeah, right. Heavy hearts, we've resigned from our roles as patrons of the organization until further notice in support of and solidarity with the Board of Trustees who have had to do the same. The princes said in a joint statement, it is devastating that the relationship between the charity's trustees and the chair of the board broke down beyond repair, creating an untenable situation.
Hmm.
Um, and a source close to the charity claimed to, and this is from People magazine,
Yeah.
that Dr. Dauka
Hmm.
placed the organization under what has been characterized as financial strain. So,
Interesting.
yeah, so she came out, like you said,
Right.
claiming widespread systemic bullying, harassment, misogyny, or misogynoir.
Hmm.
The commission also found no overreach by Prince Harry
Right.
or Dr. Shandoka. So,
Right.
the trustees said they were disheartened by the findings and gravely concerned for the future of the charity. Blah, blah.
Right. I
So,
love it. Thank you. Thank you for those facts.
yes.
Yes. And that is basically the Jack Royston was saying, like, so without the princes on board, like if they're already having trouble financially, it's sort of like now with this rift, like, is the charity gonna make it? Like, is it even gonna be able to like survive on its own? Like,
Yeah,
or what, like, and how that would be sad. And he said, like, what is the option? Like, will the princes start a new charity or a different right? Like,
correct. Correct.
And he said it's too soon to tell, but that
But I can see that happening because Harry's heart has always been in Africa
right,
and wanting to help in those areas. So
right,
I don't see him pulling out and not finding some other way
right.
to support that, especially now because I believe Meghan also has an emotional investment
Yeah, right,
in those regions as well.
right, right. That's true. Yeah, so we'll see what happens to Sentabale.
I
But
know, right?
and I believe they did uh in one of the, I don't know, at some point when they were talking about it, like the prince and stuff, I think they expressed that basically like this is very basically they, as much as this is like, I'll say drama, like as much as this is just like drama between all the
Right,
board people,
right,
they acknowledge that like what really sucks basically is that it affects all the people that this is meant to help, right? So it's like all
correct.
the people who are currently benefiting from it or would, like, all right, well now your guys is like BS up at the top is
Right.
trickling down.
Trickling
funny
down.
funny how that works.
I know, but it does every time. If you don't
Yeah,
have strong leadership.
right, right.
Mm.
So but the other, so and the other news, did you see that uh Meghan and Harry, they got their Netflix deal? They got the new one.
That
So,
season two is coming out. Is that what you're talking about? Season two of
oh,
her
no,
love.
so they had a 5-year contract with Netflix that they signed back in 2020 that was like multi-million dollars or whatever,
Okay, right,
promising them, great stuff, and then they put out lukewarm stuff.
right, right,
um, so uh one of the newspapers had reported on it maybe a month or so ago, stating that the 5-year contract is up in September, and there had been no word on what was going to happen, and so there was speculation of like, are they going to extend it, because apparently Netflix is invested in asever.com in the business.
hmm,
And Jack Royce didn't point out, he's like, well, Netflix is probably so big that like maybe part of them is like on board with Meghan and part of them aren't or whatever.
right,
Um, but I'll say Jack Royston, he properly called it. He said what he thought would make sense to do, and he did get this from like a friend of his or whatever, but was called a first look deal. So basically, anything that they create, Netflix gets the first right of refusal, and if they don't want it, I'm sorry, huh? Oh, okay. Sorry. Someone's at my door.
oh.
Do you mind answering it? Just see. Sorry. My boyfriend's here.
Oh, I was like, what do you have hired help or something?
He's like,
It
don't
goes with your
don't answer the
background,
door. Yeah.
sweetheart.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
The
I'm
door.
like,
And bring me my
who is
tea,
it?
please.
Right.
Yes.
That's hilarious. I'm like, I wasn't expecting anybody, I don't think. Um, I heard the door open and close. Well, they might have kidnapped Eddie.
Okay. All right.
But hey, they were trying to kidnap me. Avoided that.
Personal bodyguard. Go ahead.
Right. Um, So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so the first look deal. So if Netflix doesn't want whatever show they're creating or created, then they're allowed to sell it to another network. But Netflix gets the first look at it. And so most likely Netflix will want whatever they do, but
Hmm.
it's like the safe way for Netflix to be like, hey, like create something that's worth us buying, and then we'll do it,
Yes.
instead of like, here's the money up front and like now go do something that we want you to do. So and Jack pointed out that what he thought was really important about this, he's like, first of all, this is a win because it means they didn't just let the contract end and there was nothing.
Right.
But he said also, he's like, Harry and Meghan didn't say anything. They're like, they didn't go out and start like essentially bitching about Netflix, right? Like they didn't start saying like, meh, 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 like, we
Yeah.
did this or we did that. Instead, it was like, okay, it sounds like they understood what the situation was and that they're not like excellent TV producers or whatever, right? Like they're not
Right.
going to come
Right.
up with these like amazing shows. They're going to have like good enough stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So,
But so the thing that if I'm not getting you off,
Mhm. Mm-mm.
so tying into a little bit of reconciliation possibilities,
Yeah.
okay? Then what are the goals on Harry's behalf for reconciliation? It's not to return, obviously, as a
Right.
working royal,
Right.
because with his wife holding celebrity status and going on television and things like that, again, they're risking the royal family risks,
Right.
big mouthing, just name dropping,
Everything.
things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yes. I
Books.
mean, yeah, yeah. And they can't be working royals and Meghan keep this empire she's trying to build.
Right. Right. Right.
So reconciliation at best is just, I'm sorry, and yes, you can join us at Sandringham for Christmas.
Right.
So,
I Yeah, I think you're right. And like maybe I was thinking like you can send the kids over for the summer, but then I was like, but then you'll be like, what are the kids gonna repeat? What are the kids gonna tell? But I guess I don't know if you're allowed to write a book based on what your kids have told you as fact.
no, it's very true. But fact and truth don't really matter to
Well,
date.
that's true. Yeah, I guess firsthand experience. Like, I don't know if you're allowed to like write a book on hearsay.
Yes, especially what your kid says.
Right,
Seriously.
right.
Um, I meant to interject and say at the
Yes.
beginning,
Mhm.
happy birthday to HRH, Princess Royal Anne,
Oh,
her
goodness.
birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday, Anne.
I was gonna say Aunt Anne. Where did that come
Anne.
from? Princess Anne. Princess
Princess
Anne.
Anne.
Yes, and one of the hardest working royals there is out there, and does not take many accolades, does not take the microphone or the camera or anything.
Mhm.
She's just constantly out there doing her charities, doing her work, and yeah, I highly revere her. I think she is just really. Um, I just think she's great. She's such an upstanding member of the royal family. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah,
their
she is.
scandal and things do not follow her.
Right, right.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's like she's almost like the role model of like the royal family, like
Yes.
what they all should be like. But then I was thinking, I like was thinking that, and then I was like, but also if they were all as well behaved as Anne and as quiet as Anne, like we
Hmm.
might not have them.
Very true.
Like
It's true.
they
That's
would also
true.
not be noticed.
Because I think we
So
talked about that at some point too, that they do have to accept some percentage of Jackie. I think I'm getting photobombed. She's not
well,
coming
you're
in
I was
this
like,
door.
I can't see her. It looks
She's
like
not
you're
coming in this door. This the other door
that's
over.
what I was gonna say. It sounds like you're talking to someone who's
Yes,
at the
ma'am.
door.
What do you need, sweetheart?
So sorry.
Why are you sorry? Because she wants to photobomb. She wants to. Here, come on in.
Hi.
Where are you? You don't. There you go.
Hey.
She just disappeared. She disappeared.
There you
Hello.
go.
Guess
You're
what? I'm an eighth grader.
She's
you're an
an eighth
eighth
grader.
grader now? Oh my
I know. I
goodness.
know. Can you
Yes.
believe it?
Is it awesome? Do you like it?
Yep.
Yeah, we went
Yeah.
yesterday to meet her teachers. So,
Oh, okay.
yes.
Good. Nice.
I
Okay.
joined chorus.
And she's going to be in chorus.
Oh
She's so
my
excited.
goodness.
Yes.
Wow. That's so exciting. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Go back to where you came from. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye. That's my child.
Another room in the palace.
Yes, exactly. She just, she disappeared somewhere down some corridor, back room, pulled a library book and this whole wall just
That's
opened.
hilarious.
And
Oh my.
I mentioned to you before we started recording, so this
Oh
is
yes. Oh
actually,
yeah. So tell
this,
everyone what your room is.
yes, this is Woburn Abbey. I can't even, you can't say that 5 times fast. Woburn Abbey,
Happy. Okay.
where this is this is the drawing room for the Duchess of Bedford, um, Anna Marie Russell, who actually started afternoon tea. So I thought that's why
Nice.
I picked
That's
that
awesome.
because if you could see what this room actually
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is
It's not bad.
quite
I mean,
quite the camouflage.
same. Yeah. You would see a cat tree behind me. It would be one of the things.
Well, we would have those videos. If you go back and this just furry tail would just
I
suddenly
know, I know,
by Amy's
I
face.
know.
It's hilarious.
That's so fun. I
Oh
know.
my goodness.
The newest one, Shadow, he's doesn't seem to care about the camera, but when I'm focusing and working on the computer, that's when he wants to jump up immediately on the keyboard so that it punches a bunch of
Oh
keys
my
and
gosh, how
goes all
funny.
crazy. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah. Or when the computer's locked, when he walks on it and it enters the pin number wrong so many times that it's like,
Oh, then it locks
you're
you out.
locked. Yeah, yeah. I was like, can you not?
Oh, yeah, no,
Lock
seriously.
um, and I'm
Well,
like,
we were talking, yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna
One
say,
more
I was
lighter
like,
note.
there has to be a way to lock the keyboard
Oh, I
on
have
a
no idea.
laptop, but I don't know. I don't know how to do that. Yeah. I feel like there should just be a button that says it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have no idea.
on
No,
this one, I can
absolutely.
just turn it off. Like, but when he's walking on the one
That's
attached,
true.
like the laptop one, I
Right.
can't do, yeah, other than close it.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So
Um,
anyway, cat stuff.
I know cat stuff and kid stuff. It just
Yeah,
comes
cat stuff,
in.
kid
When
stuff.
when
Yeah,
you're a mom and you have cats also, there's just not much you can do about it.
that's right.
Um,
So what do you have on your list?
well, a couple things. Mine
Yeah.
are, much lighter news, more tittle tattle than anything
Hmm.
else. But there was something that came out a week or so ago that said that Princess Sophie Wessex, I
Oh,
still love
yes.
her name, the best ever, Sophie Wessex, defromped her look to become the most stylish royal, surpassing Catherine.
So remember you sent that to me. Yes.
Yes.
So I didn't realize that part of it was that Sophie has not always been this like stylish. Has she not been always this stylish?
I
Instead
don't
of
know that
defront?
she has, but she was also not in the spotlight. When she and Edward met, she was running her own business. She was a working woman,
Okay.
and hers and Edward's roles have certainly increased their
Right.
job duty and their job load within the royal family have increased because Harry and Meghan stepped away.
Right.
So they do more, and I think she probably, maybe somebody said, "Okay, we need to step up that wardrobe." I don't
Right.
know if she was frumpy before, but
I don't
she,
think
you know,
so.
she
Well,
frequently
okay, hold on, because now I'm looking, I'm like, wait a second. So you said Duchess Sophie, but I feel like one article I saw said that it's Zara did Zara something about Zara
Tyndall,
Tyndall. She
Zara
took it.
Tyndall.
Like, did
Oh, is
she
that, yeah, that she
she's
was the best dressed royal? Yes,
yeah,
yes,
because I was
yes.
like, I knew it was a yeah. She
Maybe
looked
that's what
younger.
you know what? I think you're right. Maybe I'm thinking something
But it's
different.
because it's like
Yes.
it's a blonde, like with
Kate Middleton, yeah.
narrow-faced blonde
I know,
royal.
right? Right. And she's younger. Pure Wow. This comes from the source of
That's
purewow.com.
the ones that used to make the web or the podcast I listened to. The one
Oh,
that like
okay.
just like quit out of nowhere.
Oh, goodness. Well, they're still writing, apparently. It says
Good.
Kate Middleton is ousted from Britain's best dress list. See the royal who replaced her. I do believe you are right. You're right. I don't know why I was confusing the two. I do like Sophie's, um, her wardrobe is unpretentious, but she
Yes,
still looks well put together.
she does.
For someone who is older,
Right.
same category I'm in, someone who's older, I do like a lot of her fashion choices.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
and
do
I
as
feel like
well.
I think Catherine, I've always loved her fashions, but I feel like lately she's dressing older than she needs to be. That you and I talked about that Paris look of the pink Chanel, the blush pink
Right.
Chanel that
Yeah.
it
I
was
won
old lady. It wasn't
yeah,
her.
I wonder if it's like I guess I understand that like she has to be sort of on the conservative side of fashion, like because of her role, right? Like she's not Zara Tyndall's position.
No,
So
no, she
like
really does have to still watch
so
what
like
I
Zara
agree.
can wear like bright pinks and purples and like cool fascinators and whatnot. But
Yes.
Kate, yeah, she used to have, I feel like she has interesting stuff sometimes.
Well, the
But I
one,
wonder if it's like now that she's a Wales instead of Cambridge, like is that the change?
and I
Like,
think, because she's heavily groomed to be the queen, so she's already projecting some of that image. But
yeah.
I mean, she has, and we've talked about this before, and we don't have to dwell on this,
Yeah,
but
that's okay.
she brought pants and trousers into her fashion
Right.
choices for things like that, where that was never allowed while the queen was alive.
Right.
She would not do that. Um, but I do think some of her choices are falling a little bland.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Um,
share one that I just found that I like. It's with her with Louis. Uh
okay.
can you see the blue?
The blue,
I
yes,
was
I
like, that's fun because that's still
yeah,
like a conservative style or whatever, but like a
it is.
little bit of a flair to it,
Yes,
and the hat's pretty cute.
absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if you can find her first trip to France where she was in black. Okay, so
I see this was the blush. Wait, no, is
that's
this
not
no,
it. No,
that's
no, no,
not
no,
it.
no.
No, no, no.
But if you go down just a little bit, you'll see her in a white dress with the black across the waist. Yeah, your finger was right on it.
Was it this?
That's it.
Okay, let's
That's
see.
one of the dresses that she wore
Ah,
in
and
France. Um,
uh
and if I'm not mistaken, that was it. And I loved this look. It was still very
it's
clean.
it's
Uh,
very unique too. Like it
yes,
feels very French fashion, right?
right.
Like yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a little flair to it. It's
Right.
not overly done, but there's a little flair to it. There was also a black dress that she wore with this beautiful pearl, drop
Let's
pearl
see.
necklace
Let's see.
also when she was in France one other time before.
Yell if you see it.
It had like I can't see it either. If I could find it, I would let you know.
Yeah.
Um,
But what was the oh yeah, we liked her in the gold one. Remember
The
when she was in the
gold
gold?
was absolute tip-top
Yeah.
stunning. She has never looked better. Her hair, her makeup, she absolutely glowed. That is, I
Yes.
don't think she can, it's gonna be real hard for her to top that.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's like she just needs to wear gold
Completely.
sparkles all the time.
Yes. Oh, okay. No, that's not it either.
Let's
Okay,
see.
I thought I
Where's
saw
this
it.
green one? Is that her? No, that's not. Oh,
I
that is her,
She
isn't it?
looks amazing. I can't
Yeah, she
stand
looks
that green, but she pulled it off.
yeah, she does. That's crazy.
Uh-huh.
And it almost didn't look like her from that angle.
Right?
Okay, so let's see. What's the one that I need to look for that is the oh gosh, the old lady style one.
It's the pink Chanel, Kate in pink Chanel,
Okay,
France
Chanel.
2025.
Okay, let's see.
And I just found the dress. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
gotcha. Okay.
but you look at that one.
Well, I don't know if is it the suit? The suit one?
It looks like a suit with a
White belt?
no.
No. Okay, that's to say, it's like I don't hate that one. Is it a dress or pants? Do you
Uh
remember?
it was a
I
dress.
feel like I
Kate
remember talking about
in
it. Yeah. Here, I'm
Chanel,
gonna share my screen and you tell
France.
me which one it is. Share. Let's see. Okay. Um,
No.
it wasn't
No,
no.
I don't know what you put in, but can you put
I
in
put
Chanel, France?
oh, let's see.
And I think it's yeah.
Was it
Still don't see it. It's a
yeah.
dress and she has the hat.
Yeah, let me just put in
Um,
pink dress,
mm,
France. Was it this year, 2025?
yes, yes. It was
Okay.
just like last month or the month before. No, 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 no,
No.
no, no, no. I'm still not seeing it. Criminy sake.
Although I don't know if I
That was somebody's wedding. That
oh,
was at
okay.
some foreign wedding, and I don't
It's
recall what.
very drapey.
Um,
Um,
that's not it.
yeah,
That's
I'm
not
like,
it. Oh my gosh, I don't know why
is
it's not
she
coming
in?
up.
Yeah, it's like is she
Oh, okay. So, pink Chanel, Chnel, isn't it? Chanel?
I think it's just one,
An L, you might be right.
yeah, because
Chanel, France
Chanel
2025. Why is this not bloody well coming up? Anyway,
that's crazy. Okay.
it was
Yeah, because
very
I'm like, I remember
crazy.
you sending it to me.
Yes.
And now I can't, yeah, find it or picture it. Okay. Um, here, watch this. I'm gonna put old lady suit.
Uh-huh.
See what we get. They're calling that thing.
I don't call those old lady suits. They're perfectly tailored and she looks
Yeah, that's yeah.
better. Um, Here, I wonder
Where
if I can't find it. Kate in
or let's see.
Chanel,
Looking like
France 2025.
okay, so um well so in other news
I know exactly. As we're
while
sitting
we
here
also look at
looking
Kate.
for this, and I
I
can't
know, it's
find
like
it. But
okay, you tell me if you find it. So the book I talked about is last week, because the book
yeah,
called
found it.
Entitled by author Andrew
Mm-hmm.
Lowney, Lowney, Looney, Lowney.
About
Yeah, about Prince Andrew
Andrew.
and yeah, and Fergie.
Let me have to, real quick before you even go forward.
Yeah,
Is this an authorized biography? No. Okay.
no.
Okay.
So it's not, yeah, it's not authorized. And the first thing that what came out about it, I'll say, or at least in my world, right, in the royal report, was the fact that Harry's team of lawyers sent a letter before it was before the book was released, saying like that there's there's an untrue story about Harry in there, and like they need to take it out or whatever. And the story is that he and Prince Andrew got into a fist fight in 2013, and but he said like according to the book story, it's like Andrew walked away with a bloody nose or whatever, and it was because he had said something stupid like too many times to Harry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so yeah, so it's like, well, who cares? Like, the only reason why I feel like he might care is because of uh how he claims that like William got aggressive and violent, right? Like
Right.
physical with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, but maybe it takes two, right? Like maybe you do have a bit of this in you. You're not
Well, and
like a
he got
complete
angry
victim.
with a photographer years ago
Right.
too,
Mm-hmm.
pushed a photographer or got angry or something like that. And so,
Right.
so I think somebody's trying to capitalize on this negative streak,
Right.
whatever. So,
but
um,
but it's silly because it's like such a small blurb in the book that like if Harry wouldn't have made a thing about it, like there's so much stuff in there. It's supposed to be all about exposing Prince Andrew's craziness, right?
right.
Like that should have just been a blip that like no one would have hardly paid attention to, but it's more
Mhm.
like he called attention to it.
Yes, he
And
did.
now, yeah, and now it's
But
like, well, just don't say anything.
I know because people are not out there going, waiting for Andrew, waiting for Andrew. But the
Right,
second Harry opens up his mouth,
right,
the world is going to listen.
right.
Yeah, he could have.
And
Could
I
have
think Jack might have said, maybe he said something about like, think of like all the books that have been written about like the other royals or whatever, and like that are unauthorized. Like I doubt like they're not gonna complain or explain like
right.
a bunch of random stuff, or maybe even address it, right? It's just like,
Yeah. But yeah, I can see Harry going again, more falsehoods, more
yeah,
falsehoods against me, more falsehoods against me that make me look bad.
yeah,
It's
mm-hmm,
just it's more and that's out there in print that people are going to take for truth.
mm-hmm.
My neighbor Lil across the street, I told her, I said, there's a book about Andrew. She goes, "Oh God, I was looking for something new to read," and I'm like, I don't know that it was authorized, and she
Yeah,
said. I said, I don't know if you want to take it for truth. So the other
right.
stuff in the book is that Andrew had several affairs while married to Fergie. And I sent you what they
And
were
you
married
said they're
for
married only 6 years.
they were only married 6 years.
Which is
It was,
crazy to me because I was like, oh, like I would assumed it was much longer. Like, I mean,
no,
Charles and Diana lasted way longer than that.
they had to. They were
Oh, I
forced
mean, they
to.
did. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fergie pulled the plug and then she was off having her own
Mhm.
um toe sucking topless
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sunbathing
The toast.
thing going on. Yes, yes. No controversy, no controversy. And but she was a military wife. He was a Navy helicopter pilot
Oh, right,
or Army or whatever he was, and he
right.
was gone a lot. And there are the stories that she, and I believe they are true. I think she's
Yeah,
admitted to that, she basically insisted on speaking with the Queen and said, bring him home, or
right.
something, or because she was tired of the separation. I mean, they barely had any time
Barely.
together in their
Right,
marriage. And
right. And it
so
sounds like he made use of his time apart. So, um,
that
yeah.
man
I mean, he had the nickname Randy Andy before the
before,
divorce, right? Or before they
yes,
were even together?
before they
Didn't
were
he?
together.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was like, I thought this has been like his name for a while.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
but let's see, but I guess it's supposed to talk about him in the book. It talks a lot about how one of his affairs was with Ghislaine Maxwell, um, Epstein's right hand. And in that ridiculous, infamous interview that Prince Andrew gave, right? Where
Yes.
he said, he was like, well, I barely knew him. Like, I only was introduced to Jeffrey Epstein because of my old friend Ghislaine Maxwell. So he always talked about her being a friend and whatnot. Which I brought up with Trevor last week. He was like, wait a second. I was like, how is that any better? I mean, I guess at the time of the interview, she wasn't maybe she wasn't in the same hot water yet, but like, I'm like, by now, it was like, you might as well just say you were friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they're the same.
Right,
It's the
right.
same thing.
Yes, they one in the same, doing
Yeah.
the same bad
And
business. Absolutely.
like the whole Virginia Jeffrey thing, like she even said like Elaine was one of the ones she was afraid, like that made her go like with Prince Andrew.
Right.
So it's not even like, oh well, Elaine wasn't, didn't get her hands dirty. She was very involved.
She was very involved. That's
Um,
pathetic.
yeah, but
He
so yes.
cannot get out of his way. And
Mhm.
also in the news regarding him
Yeah.
is he won rights to stay in the Frogmore Cottage.
Oh, no, and the Royal Lodge, he gets to
Yes, Royal Lodge,
stay. Yeah,
excuse
yeah,
me.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Royal
Yeah, Frogmore
Lodge.
Cottage is where they wanted to put him.
Yes, yes,
He
yes,
refused.
yes.
Yes.
That's like
So
the furthest point of exile apparently for royals, right? Isn't
I
that
know
isn't that where the
that's
Duke and
where
Duchess of
Harry.
Windsor, well, the Wallace Simpson, isn't that where they went?
Oh, is that, were they there for a bit? I don't know
I believe
because
so. I thought he was buried. I have to look that
before,
one up,
yeah,
but
you
I
have to
thought
look
they
it
were
up.
buried,
Yeah.
yeah, on that
Um,
estate. And I just
that
real quick,
yeah.
just
Let's
because
see.
God,
Oh wait.
oh, come on, come on, come on,
Ah,
hurry.
okay, wait. Almost. What did you search? What did you find
Oh,
it?
I typed in
Mhm.
Hate in Pink Chanel, France 2025.
Okay. No.
Not to go back to this. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go look and see where the Duke and Duchess of Windsor.
Okay. So I saw she had a hat on, right?
Hmm. And
Okay.
pearls.
Okay, let's see. Because of course my Google's not working the same way yours is. Prince Kate Pink. Let's see. And it does not want to give me this
How
image.
interesting. How interesting. And I wish I could pull it up on mine because I don't think
That's so funny.
there you can see it, but it's too bright. So if I try to get closer, it doesn't like it. But I pull it
Let's
back
see.
for me. No, it's still too bright.
Yeah. Well, good
Oh,
luck anybody who wants to Google it
yeah, there. If you can
themselves.
see that, she looks rather
Oh, right,
frumpy.
because the length of the skirt and the length of the the fit of the blazer.
Yes, and the hat and
Yes.
everything else. And it just it washed her out. She doesn't look thrilled to be there too. It doesn't
Right,
help
right.
either. But there was where she was, oh, and I guess I accidentally got rid of that one too,
Let's
and I
see.
didn't mean to. But when she
Yeah,
was in France before, years shortly after they were married, she wore this beautiful black with this really interesting pearl necklace. And
right,
she has, opportunities to throw in some flair
right,
and still look younger. And I
right.
just wasn't
I mean,
wasn't impressed with that. But
yeah, it's like clearly, I mean, because if you look at lots of her pictures, right, like she can be fashionable and have things, but still look like conservative
absolutely.
or regal enough. Um,
Absolutely. Yes.
so that's yeah, uh crazy. But so with Andrew though and his affairs, I when you and I were texting and I was like, well, I don't feel like it's I'm not surprised. And I assumed I had as well, because I had assumed one, that they were married much longer than 6 years. Also I assumed that he cheated on her anyway. Like I didn't
Mm-hmm.
think
Hmm.
that yeah. So but 6 years, I'm like, come on, like, because it wasn't like it was one affair, right? It's
Doesn't sound like it,
allegedly. it's
right?
it's
Yeah,
several.
because it's all
So I kind of want to read the book, Andrew Lowney's book. Let's see, book entitled.
I
Uh,
apologize. No, that's right. They did not, the Windsors, if I can real quick go back, they
yeah,
did not live because they lived in France. I forgot about
all
that. They
right.
were they were kind of exiled.
That's what I
Oh,
thought. Yeah,
yes,
they weren't
yes, yes,
really
yes.
welcome back,
But
but I didn't know if they were like there temporarily or something. So yeah, they
I
were not.
think it's that they're let me see, Duke and Duchess of
So
Windsor graves.
entitled. So the book entitled it's called The Rise and Fall of the House of York. So yeah, it's got a picture of Andrew and Fergie, Sarah
Okay.
Ferguson. For Oh, I see. I was like, why does it say $0 for Kindle? It's Kindle Unlimited. You have to sign up for
Oh,
it.
gotcha,
I
gotcha.
wondered. The hardcover is $24.99 on whatchamacallit, Amazon.
Hmm.
They don't have a paperback option. But yeah, so I would be curious to read it. I also just wonder how many pages it is.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to know what Andrew has to say about it. That's what I'd like to hear.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yes. By the way, the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, which was, of course, Edward who um, renounced the throne,
Yes.
and Wallace Simpson, they are buried at Frogmore Cottage. They're buried on the
Oh, so
estate,
that's why you
located at
remembered it.
Frogmore Estate within Windsor Castle's Tower.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. They
that's
even
why.
let Wallace Simpson be buried there?
Yep.
Well, that was nice of them. Like, I'm like,
That's so
wow,
nice
that
of you.
was
I
very sweet. Yeah.
well,
Um, I'm surprised they did that.
I know.
That's really funny. So, yeah, when you say you want to hear what Prince Andrew has to say about the book, I'm thinking I want to, but it's like, Andrew, don't do it. Do not,
Don't.
don't do an interview. You can't. This is
But
not a
has
good,
he?
it's not a good idea.
Has
Don't.
he said anything?
No, but I'm just saying, based on his last interview, like, don't say anything, Andrew. Like, you're terrible with interviews, and
Oh
when
my
you try to
gosh,
say
I know.
anything, like,
I know.
tell us about why you don't sweat again. Your weird condition where you don't
I
sweat
know.
as you sweat.
Yes, as you sweat. I know, right? Oh my goodness.
Oh my
He
goodness.
just can't get out of
So
his own
funny. I
way.
know.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
did you know that Meghan put out a second bottle of wine? You know, she has a
yeah,
second
she's going
rosé.
well, it's my understanding, right?
Yeah, as ever.com. Let's see. Let me see if it's still, as of last Friday, there it was still in stock because the first wine went real fast. Um, let's see. Oh, I have to enter my birthday to look at the wine so that I'm
I
over
love that that's all you have
21.
to do.
I know,
Sure.
right? So let's see, Napa Valley Rose. It is $90 for 3 bottles and then $20 shipping, flat rate shipping. But if you buy 12 bottles, it's $300. You save 17%. That's
How fabulous.
yeah, but it's the 2024 Napa Valley Rosé. And the bottle before that that went real fast was 2023 Napa Valley Rosé. And so Trevor was saying, he's like, well, they can't release the next one because the next one probably 2025. They just, it's like 2023 to 2024. We're like, well, we're
Right?
still in 2025.
Right.
So like
Haven't bought
hopefully you
that
have
one yet.
enough of that 2024
Right?
rosé. Um yeah, so anybody who wants to buy it, it's still there.
But her
I
preserves, remember there was a controversy. If I may segue right into,
please, yeah.
I sent you a thing, it's from the New York
Yes. Oh
Post
yeah. With Charles.
entitled King Charles sells his new jam for $6, half the price of Meghan Markle's as ever preserves. And he's the king.
Yeah,
So, um, he's
but
been selling jam at top grocery stores in the UK through his Duchy of Cornwall estate for years. Recently reduced the price to just $6.70 a jar, far cheaper alternative than the Duchess of Sussex's $14 a jar. His raspberry jam is now being sold at the gift shop at Sandringham. I'm pretty sure you're not going to find Megan's as ever jams on the royal
no,
estates.
no. And I think with so how much did they say it was? Did they put it in US dollars? You said $6
They only
some.
put it in US dollars. Yes,
Okay,
they
okay,
did
that's
not
what
say
I was gonna say.
pounds.
Okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So with that, I say it's like, all right, but that's not even like it's a fun comparison. It's not a fair comparison because I'm like, yeah, Charles shouldn't be charging a bunch because the whole point is like you're not there to make money kind of thing, right?
Hmm.
Like Meghan is trying to run a business because she has to make money to survive. So like, yeah, she's gonna have a totally different business model. And again, her spread, it's only I'm gonna say only, it's only $9. There's I'm gonna say stupid unknown people's jams and spreads at the grocery store that are like that much or more, right? Like
Right.
at the top shelf. So it's like it's
And what's the size of the jar too? What if she's
yeah,
selling
right.
like 9 ounces and
It's
he's selling 6 and et
right. Hers is so
cetera?
hers is 7.6 ounces.
See if I can find.
Yeah.
Um,
And what's funny, so if you look on her shopasever.com, so everything except for the wine, every item says sold out except the raspberry spread says coming soon. So that one we're working on restocking at least. But
I heard she was buying out all of Charles's jams from Sandringham and just putting it in her own jar.
that's hilarious. Yeah, well, because what in the article they compare the two jams, right? Because his is an actual jam or like conserve or whatever.
It preserved, it says on the jar.
Oh, okay, yeah, and his
Okay.
and hers is more runny. It's supposed to be able to be it's not just as like a jam or whatever. Put it on drizzle on pancakes. I don't know,
Pancakes kind of thing.
whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not the same,
The same.
but it is
Well,
funny.
and season 2 is coming out when?
I don't know. So that's the other thing. So with the new Netflix deal. So obviously season 2, they basically film season 2 as they film season 1 or whatever, right? So so Jack Royston was wondering, is the wine even going to be in the promotion of season 2? Like, because basically the whole program is a commercial, right? It ends up
Yes,
being a commercial
for
for her
stuff.
stuff.
Yes, basically,
Yeah.
right.
And which is fine, but like he's like, and if like you don't know if you're gonna get a season 3 now that you're a first look deal situation.
Right.
But I guess they Netflix, someone at Netflix commented that Meghan, like their investment in her as ever brand and like her and Netflix and whatnot. I forget the term they use, but essentially she's the guinea pig for things they might do with other people in the future. So like basically they've not had anybody where they're selling product where it's basically like one long, commercial for the stuff as a show and then you can go buy it online. So
Mhm.
where Netflix has like stake in it. So
Right.
I guess this might be if it goes well or the things they learn from it, right? What to do again, what not to do again. This is their trial person, trial company.
Gotcha. Hmm.
Yeah. So Netflix is figuring it out just as Meghan is
Yes,
figuring it
she's
out.
also figuring it out. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. But so let's see. Okay, so I know it's 5 o'clock.
It is.
Yeah. Did you have anything last minute?
I can't think of anything. And you and I are meeting again next Friday. Both of these
Correct.
in lieu of our what we normally do is our tea across the miles.
Yes. Yes.
So no, I don't have any new tea business to bring up. I don't have any other royal stuff. So
Okay. Well,
something really controversial comes up with the royal family, so we'll have
right.
so much to talk about
I
next
know.
week.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so I will yeah, so I'll be posting this as it's tea time, but also we'll say tea across the miles bonus bonus content.
There you
And
go.
then next week you and I will start early for tea across the miles, and then Molly's gonna jump in around 4. Remember?
Okay. Oh,
Or,
that's right. We did say that.
early-ish,
Yes.
right?
Yes, we
As
said
early as you're
3:30-ish.
able. So
Yes, as
yeah.
soon as I'm able to, once I get Jackie home off the bus,
Right.
because like I said, we
Yeah,
start
yeah.
school,
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera. I've been running
This
around. It's like I've
this
got to
was our first week of school, so we're at the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like I get this task list and I'm like, yay, I can try, cross 3 things off. And then we go to meet her teacher and it's like, all right, I got to do this. I got to get supplies and I got to do, and it's,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
take her to the doctor. And they're like, oh, she needs to see a specialist. So now I have another doctor appointment I have to go make.
Oh
And
my
it's,
gosh.
oh my gosh, this is getting ridiculous.
So
So,
we're working on getting Piper approved for an IEP, the individualized education plan.
uh-huh.
And that's going to end up being like we talked to the IEP advocate person today on the phone and was like that this is going to end up being like by the end of this semester we'll know if she gets it or not. It's like the school is like 30 days to meet with us from when we first request it, and then after that the district has 90 days to like make a decision or whatever. And yeah, so but the advocate acted like it should not be a question or whatever, like based on the
Okay.
different results and stuff. So,
Okay.
so we're doing all that, but the school supply last year, I bought them based on what the district said, or for the grades.
Mhm.
And then the teacher was like, I don't need like half this stuff. And I was like, well, do you want it just like anyway? Because it's like, don't schools just need stuff? And
Right,
she's
right.
like, no, you can just save it for next year if you want, or return. It's like, so this year Dave did the school supplies, and he went off the district list, and then we did meet the teacher last week, and I was like, all right, like, and he was like, oh, I forgot that was a thing. We went, her teacher's awesome. She's like, yeah, that's great. She wasn't even going to change. We're like, do you need anything other than what's this? Nope,
Yeah.
that's
Nope.
good. She took all of it and didn't make us get anything special. And we're like, well, you're by far the best teacher. Whereas like one of the other second grade teachers, my friend was like, well, here's $30 worth of stuff that we didn't need. So like
I
every
have
teacher is
spent
different.
Oh my gosh, I've spent so much money on school supplies. And,
Yeah,
like they need 5 different marbled notebooks, each
right.
one of them, whatever. And they come home at the end of the year and 4 pages have been used.
Yes,
I have stacks of
yes,
notebooks that
I
of so
know.
much paper, and I hate throwing it out.
I know.
And these schools that, they're supposed to be public schools, they're supposed to be green and environmentally aware.
Sure.
They're making people go out and buy
Yeah,
brand new
yeah,
all
yeah.
the time and throwing things out at the end of the year
Hmm.
and infuriates me. I have to say, this is the first year they're just like, or at least for us, they're like, trying not to drag this out, but they're like, she needs 12 colored pencils. Okay, let's look through supplies. I got 12 right here. They're all different colors. It's not, in a
Yeah,
box,
yeah,
it's not a set. But
yeah.
in the elementary school where I substitute teach, they're asked to bring in, 12 glue sticks, a pair of
Right.
scissors, blah, blah, blah. And they have bins on shelves in the back of the
Yeah.
classroom. Everybody puts all of
Yep.
them in for anybody to grab.
Yes. So a lot of the school supplies, yeah, we end up putting
Yes.
into the box
I,
of the classroom.
can
Hmm.
I tell you why I object to this?
Yes.
Couple of big reasons. First of all, it's because then I cannot recycle. I've tried to walk in with the
Oh,
used
right.
notebooks and they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
put it, I'm like, oh, well, how am I supposed to do? Everybody else just brought something brand new.
Right, right,
Okay, so that's one thing. So now everybody's spending more money that
right,
doesn't,
right.
when we could probably pool
And we
some
don't need
recycle
to.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
But there is a lack of, they're not teaching responsibility to kids for their personal belongings. And
right,
instead, they are teaching, there is just an endless supply. You want to break your pencil for fun? That's fine. There's one in the back. You want to
right,
sit here and
right,
do this with your markers? That's fine. There's some in the back.
right,
You want to overuse your glue? That's fine. There's more in the back.
right,
Other people have paid for this. Don't worry about it. And
right.
that infuriates me. And I see this throughout schools. Pencils,
And
pens, markers, all over the ground. I'm not
oh
saying
wow.
tripping
Yeah,
over
yeah,
them,
yeah,
but
sure.
they don't
But
care. They don't
so
care.
yeah, because they don't have to keep it in their box at their
It's
desk. And
it's
like,
not. They know that there's an endless supply.
right.
Somebody else is
So
going to buy it for
what
them.
I also didn't like about last year when I did it. So I bought most of her stuff from Dollar Tree, which I just got to say, like those little
Yes.
notebooks and whatnot, right? Like yeah.
Way to go.
And but then I got annoyed because then the teachers list, a lot of them were brand specific. So like,
Yes.
yeah, and I'm just like, no, you can't tell like,
No.
especially when it's like I am trying to give Piper these to use. I'm not saying the whole class has to use Dollar Tree markers or
Right.
crayons or whatever,
Right.
right? So it's like, no, I shouldn't have to spend even more if I can't, right? Like that's ridiculous to expect people to be able to do that.
Yeah. That's like saying, and you have to come to school with closed-toed shoes. Okay. Now, no, you have to
Yeah.
come with closed-toed Brooks brand tennis shoes. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
fair.
yeah. Right.
It's
Exactly. It's yeah,
you don't get to to dictate how much people. There are just way too many people. I can't speak for your school
yeah.
district. Way too many people in the school districts around here. These people do not have that kind of money.
That's what it's yeah. There's like people, I mean, we get text all the time about people like basically letting the school know if you are, have unstable housing, right? Like what are
Yes.
the kids dealing with so that we know, like, are they
Yes.
living out of a car? Are they
Right.
living out of a hotel? Like,
Right. But you
so
could get
yeah,
the 99-cent box of whatever brand, even at Walmart, 87 cents for a box of crayons.
Sure.
You can
Yeah.
buy, the 3.99 from Crayola. And in
Right.
the end, it adds up. I mean,
It's
I've spent 75, $80 on
right.
school supplies for these
I
kids.
know.
And
I
it's,
know.
yeah,
And I was like so proud of myself last year because like, sweet, I got like everything at Dollar Tree that was on the list and was like,
yes,
awesome. And then it's like,
yeah,
and then I feel embarrassed to the teacher, right? When she's like, we'll put it out, like, because it's like, oh, well, everybody else has like
yes,
more expensive, nicer ones, right?
yes,
So
that's
now
how, and
I'm
I
now I'm the cheap parent.
yes, and that's how I have felt because I've taken the used marble notebooks, scratched out Steven's name, put Jackie's name on
I
it.
love it.
I've got your 24 crayons and they're all, but the box got torn up, but they're still the same Crayola crayons. I've got
Right.
a rubber band around
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Well, that
Put
looks
it
embarrassing to somebody. So it's like, well, I guess I have to go out and spend.
right.
I end up giving them away. You can find churches, church nurseries,
Oh, okay. That's good to
daycare
know.
centers, summer school programs, people who
Right.
are looking for even homeschooling. If you have,
Oh, right.
you can find homeschooling
I
organizations,
do know
people
some
that are
homes.
looking for things like that, that
Right.
they're happy
That
to take the donations.
Okay. And
To do
there are some,
them.
I don't know about around here, but like my mom, volunteered at a place called the Teacher Store where all they do is take donations for teacher stuff and then local teachers could come and basically shop, but it's like it doesn't cost anything.
That's
So they
great.
get to take a certain amount of things free. And it was school supplies, sometimes like office supplies, right? Like Office Max or
Right.
somebody would
Yeah.
like donate whatever they had, or an office closed and they've got chairs or
Right.
furniture. Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I just thought like the teacher last year was just like, but don't you guys in general just need something like you don't have anybody to give this to in another grade?
Yeah.
Like it
It's
was
amazing.
notebook paper. It was just like it wasn't even in a notebook. It was just like, the college ruled whatever. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But teachers spend so much of their own money on
right,
supplies just to make sure that the kids have stuff.
right.
They spend money, they bring in snacks. I see this, because for snack
Yeah.
kids that either forget or, don't have it. Yeah, so I see
Yeah.
a lot too. But
Yeah, Piper's always had a snack basket and they would ask for donations. So like sometimes I'd send in a whole bunch. But what I liked about it was basically if Piper didn't like the snack she had, like at the time it was like, well, trade it in for something else. Like somebody else probably donated something else that you like better.
yeah,
Like if you're tired of this, like
that's true.
I'm
That's true.
putting it in your bag until the box is empty.
You're not starving. It's there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
there. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
did you need it? Do we need a picture? I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah,
you need
yeah.
a
Here,
picture or
let's
not.
try. Okay. So, yeah. So look up at your
That's
camera
right.
and
Right.
smile. Cheers.
Did you take it?
Yeah.
I heard
Okay.
that. No, I'm kidding. Well, let's try to dress
Okay.
something we can talk about in a week.
Yes, I'm sure we'll find some.
So,
Okay.
all right. Well, good to see you.
Yes, lovely to see you as well. And until next week, cheery bye.
Bye.